I just broke down hella trees, yelling timber. Stand in the line, they put me in the center. It blow their mind when they see how I'm winning. Went back and doubled up, now you in trouble. My all hustle, my diamonds all huddled up. TGOD got this off the muscle. Ask me about my life, man, I love it, I love it. Got so many rings, I need room for another one. Been through the pain, now it ain't no more struggle. My team win the game, put our face on the cover, brother, we the champions.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf. He's been torching secondaries all season, now closing in on 1,200 yards. It's the Giants and the Commanders, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We are just inside the Beltway, 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today we reach Week 15 and we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and CD, you look at Washington coming into play here. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the seventh-year man out of Cal, the top pick back in 2016, Jared Goff.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
And Goff going to look to throw right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. These two teams met in our nation's capital earlier this season with the Commanders picking up the win at FedEx Field. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, again with 4. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout the ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They're the Commanders for their first drive of the game. Former Heisman winner leading them out, the 2-time Pro Bowler in his first 3 seasons, the electric Kyler Murray.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Running right
through him.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
Play fake, Murray. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. George Pickens, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Goff's throw taken in by Palmer. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 50, it's gone. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
It's a touchdown, Giants. DK Metcalf, 43 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. They find some open field here. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Koo for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Goff. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Giants. Drake London, 46 yards. And the Giants are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Zerline good with a PAT, and we are tied at 14. So that drive, 4 plays. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. George Pickens with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think we'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Gone. Into the hands of London. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll try and run for it with Sanders, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. To about the 33-yard line. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington. Well, remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from Harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. This will go to Henry out wide. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Murray and company going for it on fourth. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Murray now. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's gone. He's got his man, London, right side. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to 43. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now gone. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's got some space here. Big strides. Look at him go. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Murray now on 1st down. Finds Pickens out right. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Completes this one to Pickens. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. To throw is Murray. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
A final shot before half for Murray.